Prime time in Boulder. Tune in time.
All right, welcome in as we in Super Bowl weekend 2030. Seahawks rematch against the Ravens in Super Bowl 2030 right now. We are here to talk about the Big 12, college football, homecoming, the league of all leagues coming in July right now, man. Let's talk about a little bit of information that's coming out with the college football right now. Um, you got all types of sites digging into it, what's going on around the landscape of college football. Um, I think that we're preparing for something that's going to be special, man. In my opinion, I think it's going to be a special game. I think it's something that's going to be well worth the 10-year wait. I think guys gonna have to realize that like we've been playing Madden for over the last 10 years with no college football, and you go back to the last college football game that was out, and just the difference of the gameplay of college to Madden. It's going to be totally different. I don't think it's going to be a shell of what Madden looks like. It's not going to be that type of game at all. You'll have to really learn how to play the college game to really be good at it. And we're going to have some guys that might have not been good in college. I mean, in the Madden, going to be great in college football. Over the last two episodes of the Homecoming League, uh, 2025 college preview, we talked about the 2024 class that's coming in. We talked about the quarterbacks. I gave you the top 10 quarterbacks that's coming out. Uh, and what schools they went to and some information on them. I also did the top 10 athletes that, don't have a necessary position right now, but they are either on campus or on their way on campus to their selective schools. Today, we're going to dive into the top 10 running backs in the 2024 cycle. All these guys are already have chosen their schools, and they'll be on campus, whether they're there now or they'll be there in the spring, right, when high school graduates, and they get to slide out there in August to get to their teams. There's a definite learning curve and a difference between getting there in January versus getting there in August, right? The more time you get with your team, the more time you get acclimated to the college atmosphere and start to understand your workload and what you got going on. So the guys that are already on campus have an advantage of the incoming freshmen that aren't on campus yet. So let's start with the top 10 running backs in the rankings of the 2024 per 247. All right, so we don't have any five-star running backs in the 2024 class, all right, at all. Now, nationally, the number one player at the running back position in the 24 cycle, as per 247 Sports, is Taylor Tatum. Now, he's nationally ranked 48. He's number one at his position. He's sixth in the state of Texas. All right, let's see what classification he played in that Texas. All right, so Teller is a 5'10" and a half, 205-pound running back coming in college right now. He already has great size for a running back. This guy has the size to be able to play right now. Again, 4-star. He has a composite of .9823. His composite is nationally ranked 38, but he's number 9 in Texas as a composite. But ranking-wise, he's 6 in Texas, 1 in running back, and 48 in the nation. All right, so he signed with Oklahoma. His primary recruiter was DeMarco Murray. Most of you guys know who DeMarco Murray is, another Oklahoma legend. All right, so let's look at some verified results. In the 200-meter at track, he runs a 22.5 in the 200. He also was clocked in at a 21.7. Accolades, he was an All-American. He made it to the All-American game, obviously. Now, let's talk about him. Gabe Brooks, scouting analyst, projects him to be a second to third day running back if he was to be drafted. And they say he reminds us of Isaiah Pacheco. You can see it with the size, though, right? At 205 pounds, you know he has the frame to get to about 215, 220 before his college career is over. And if he can get to that, then we're looking at a big back, a back that can carry the load. Should be an every down type running back, top tier running back prospect in the 2024 class with classic running back build. Previously on the learning end of the spectrum, but bulked gradually during high school career to enter college north of 200 pounds. Broad-shouldered and assembled well, instinctive lane finder, generally plays with patience and presses blocks to allow for holes to materialize. That's a great skill set to have that young, you feel me? Also knows how to buy a couple of more strides of time on perimeter runs to help blockers reroute defenders. So he's a patient runner. Urgent runner with non-stop feet, constantly puts pressure on the defense with pace and activity. Regularly makes something out of nothing when penetration disrupts play in the backfield. Uses an effective hesitation to set up evasive measures in space. Plenty functionally athletic to bounce runs, but plays with good discernment for a young back and keeps plays inside as needed. Flashes high need open field speed to hit the big play, run finishing ability, plays above listed size, highly productive throughout 3-year varsity career for a storied Texas 5A program. All right, so he's in the 5A classification. Finished career as Longview High School's all-time touchdowns leader and eclipsed 4,000 yards rushing threshold. Capable pass catcher who can flex to the slot and provide a true receiving threat. All right, so as of right now, you're seeing a do-it-all type running back, right, with the patience to set up blocks, and he has the power to run in front of his pads.
What up,
So
my dude?
we're looking at a
Dilly
big-time player.
clinking, dilly clinking, beer mugs, shit going, be dead.
Dilly fucking Dilly. Hero, what's up, my boy? What it do, boy? What it do? All right, so we're looking at a big time back here, man. He's a three-sport guy. You always want the athletes that play a couple of sports. Also has a high-level baseball standout with hitting power and outfield range, anchor leg, and Longview's Texas 5A regional qualifying sprint relay team. So you're looking at a guy that's running, right? 21.7 in the 200 meter. He got the speed to be able to get it done right now. All right, result in strong numbers across the board. 10, 40 shuttle, 3-cone vertical broad, knows how to strength target when anticipating contact, but runs upright at times. Shows some declaration gear down on occasions when redirecting runs with encouraging patience generally. So most of the stuff they're talking about is just him having patience. So in high school, he touched the ball more than 400 times in his final 2 high school seasons. So he's definitely a guy that they gave a football to. So a track guy, baseball guy, and football. So look at his 2023 finished his senior year with 1,463 yards and 20 touchdowns on a 7.7.4 yards per contact or yards per carry. Added 6 catches for 138 yards and a touchdown. Concluded Longview career as the school's all-time touchdown leader. All right, so he's been a starter since his sophomore year, 2021. He ran for 700 yards, 22. He ran for 1891, 33 touchdowns on 8.3 yards a carry, and then in 2023, 1463. All right, so you can see why he's the number one back as of right now. That came out of the 247 class. Now in Oklahoma, does he have space to be a guy that could be a first day to get on campus and start as a true freshman? You know how hard it is for high school kids to come right in and start as true freshmen. It's not that easy, especially at the running back position. But I don't think Oklahoma is completely deep at the running back position where you can think of, guys that a guy like of his caliber can't come in and really see some time. So I don't know if he'll be a starter, but I could see him playing in his freshman year. Now the question is, will he play more than 4 games and then get redshirted by playing 4 or less games, or will they need him to be a part of their season this year? Remember, Oklahoma's in the SEC now, so it's a different caliber of football being played. So we shall see. But Teller is a dog. Teller Tatum is a dog. I'll post his highlights in the chat for guys to really check out what we got. And our Oklahoma coach is probably going to be able to really, look bright to the future with this running back. The number 2 back in the class is probably my favorite running back, like one of my favorite running backs out of modern day. He's a dog. I thought Colorado would had an opportunity to get him, but definitely didn't land him. We'll talk about Nate Frazier in a second. All right, I'm putting his highlights in the chat real fast. All right, the number 1 back in the 2024 class signed with Oklahoma. We're checking out Tatum's highlights in the chat. The number 2 back, we're gonna let y'all see some highlights of him as well. But Nate Frazier's from modern day, one of the best, if not the best, high school in California. All right, so he's a 5'9.5". He 206 pounds too. So you notice they like a lot of the 247, on three and rival and all those guys like that, man. Sometimes the size of a player is gonna really go side to side with their stars, right? Like you could have some productive running backs that deserve to be a 4 star and will be a 3 star only because they small backs, so they don't have the ideal size right now, right? So as you can see when you take a look at who they have in their top 10, you're gonna see most of them have good running back size right now. Like it's not too many running backs that you're going to find in high school that's already 200 pounds or plus 200 already. But Nate Frazier out of California is a
Make me
guy that's
feel
five
bad.
nine and a half, and he's 206 pounds, and he's a 4 star. Now he's ranked nationally 71, his position two. State in the state of California is the number 6 player overall. Now Nate Frazier took his talent to Georgia. So let's just talk about that right away. So we're looking at a kid that 9 out of 10 is going to be redshirted. Like you will not see him in the 2024 season. He might get a couple of carries uh, throughout for a 4 game process because you to be redshirted you can't play more than 4 games. I don't see this kid, even though I like his talent. I don't. Georgia is loaded. They're one of the running back U's of college football. So I don't see Nate Frazier actually getting on the field really at all, being a factor whatsoever for Georgia right now. Man, his primary recruiter is Dell McGee. Now, when we take a look at who he is, they got him projected as a day two guy, second or third round type guy. Frazier has a really nice combination of power and speed. He's one of the fastest backs in the country with the personal best 10.58 in the 100 meter as a junior. He has a strong body and runs hard between the tackles. Definitely not a track guy playing football, and there is nothing soft in how he runs. He's a decisive runner who is at full speed after just a few strides. He's a true home run threat. You want that, right? Anybody you hearing a home run on, that's that take off, get ghost, who can score from anywhere on the field. Shows very good hands out of the backfield as well. Actually started out as a receiver and didn't play running back full time until midway through his junior season. Not as instinctive as other backs and needs to continue to improve on changing speeds and setting up his blocks. But that just goes to the fact that you moved the receiver from freshman sophomore year. He probably been playing receiver uh, for the majority of his time. Most great athletes in youth football going to play running back. But freshman sophomore year, if he's training as a receiver, you can see why they're saying he got a lot of work to do to polish that running back game up. And this is why I don't think he sees the field as a freshman right away. Um, but he changed his speed and setting up his blocks. Has the kind of all around game that should allowed to play in any situation and be an every down back. With his explosiveness, versatility, and toughness, Frazier has a chance to be an early impact player at the Power Five level. Now I agree. I think he's that talented. And in fact, I even like him better than the number one back in Tatum. But you're going to the University of Georgia. Georgia is sitting on 4 star to 5 star running backs right now, just in the building. So I don't see Frazier playing right away at all. But running that 10.5, that's great speed. He runs a 21.6 in the 200 meter. So the guy got really, really good speed. His highlight is in the chat. That's the number 2 back in the 224 cycle. All right, one of the guys from out of Florida that I really like. I thought he was higher up on the board, but he had three. Jared Gibson
Yeah,
is
they got
another.
Etienne there too.
Yeah, sure. But ETN got in trouble. He done got locked up and shit. So he fucking around. He ain't got no time to play on the field. You better get his shit together. ETN keep getting in trouble, boy. You better change his ways. And Georgia ain't playing with like getting pulled over while you driving and shit drunk. They ain't playing with that. Remember, they lost a kid after they won a national championship. Lost a kid and a staff member for playing around driving all crazy after they was drunk. All right, but the next running back is from IMG Academy, and he is a dog, Jared Gibson. He signed with the University of Texas, but believe me, I don't see him playing right away either. Texas is loaded and running back at the running back level right now. They got a young back for this guy to come there. he really liked Texas because Texas just signed one of the best running backs in the 23 cycle, who played all year, and it was a dog. They had a guy that got hurt that was in front of him, and then number four took the job from there. I just don't remind me right now. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I'm quite sure Jim Buller posting. So this kid is already on campus. He's gonna be wearing the number 9. That means he's been playing. He's been there for the whole winter workouts and all that stuff, which is going to be great. He's number 3 at the running back positions. Nationally, he's ranked number 79, but in the state of Florida, he's the 12th best player in the state of Florida. They have him as a Sony Michel type running back, New England Patriots Sony Michel, a youth football star that found success at various stops before settling into the running back role at the powerhouse that IMG Academy. Explosive in almost everything he does and is fast enough to win his fair share of foot races out on the perimeter. Not one to go down at the first sign of contact, and usually is able to get out of trouble with his quick feet and loose hips. A bit of a slasher that can stack cut after cut once he gets past the initial wave of defenders. Tends to thrive on outside zones and toss plays while make defenses pay when counters are called. Doesn't got a ton of targets on Friday nights, but has proved to be a difficult cover on the camp circuit as he uses a nice burst to shake defenders of all different sizes. He tested exceptionally well over the years and has a 4.5 laser time. So he's running a 4.5 now. Coming into college, he'll be a little bit faster than that by the time he has to do his pro day and combines and all that stuff. 41-inch vertical for the running back position. God damn, he explosive. All right, so he will need to adjust to everyday demands of big-time Power 5 football and learn some of the finer points of the position, like how to pick up a late blitz, but should be viewed as an every down back with big play ability given his speed, vision, and hands. Could eat in a variety of different offensive systems, but skill set might be best suited for modern-day pro-style attack that wants to feed its running back Sunday potential. So you're looking at a guy, right? 11. So you can line up the guys that run 11 in 100 versus the 10s in 100, and you can see it at 11.33. They saying he run a 4.5 laser time. It literally adds right up, right? In 2022, he transferred from Brandington, Florida, to IMG. As a sophomore, he played in Jonesboro, Georgia, Monday Mills, where he looked like he traveled a little bit, so he ain't gonna be. That's why he on campus early. This kid ain't gonna have a problem with adjusting to college life because he done fucking moved all over the place anyway. All right, so Jared Gibson, number 3 off the running back in the 2024 cycle, who goes to the University of Texas. At 4, you got Kendron Young, Notre Dame. He's nationally ranked 111. His position is 4. He's in the state of Texas. He's number 16, 5'10", 217 pounds. So you're looking at a guy that can get to a potential 230 pounds at the running back position. And if he had Notre Dame, they like their bigger backs. And Kendra Young is that exactly that. Like, I'm quite sure he's going to be a powerful, tough runner. When we take a look at, him, he's on campus right now as a freshman. He already has his number. He's number 21, so that's cool. Good that he's been there since the winter. All right, so ready-made, high major running back, given physical traits and functional athleticism. Very polished, back, and multiple capacities. Knows. Show guns. Post Jared Gibson highlights to the chat while I'm in the middle of doing this. Jared Gibson, I'm posting that right now. So we're looking at a dog when Jared Gibson, but like a guy that's going to have to really get some of his feet underneath him. But I think he's going to be a guy that won't be a homesick guy because he's already been a traveler. All right, back to Kendron Young. And we're going to talk about, again, he's already a physical traits, functional athleticism. As you 217 pounds in high school, you're a big back. Polished back in multiple capacities. Knows when to risk his body as a run finisher, and when to take it out of bounds. Natural upright gait, but shows awareness to lower pad level and strength target when anticipating contact. Excellent vision and patience. That's the key. Excellent vision and patience. Consistently allows blocks to materialize. These are patient backs. When you think of backs like that, you think of the Steelers running back. What's the running back that used to play for the Steelers? Fuck. Um, that's just patient, right? Big back like that, 6 foot, big back. God damn it, post his name in the chat if you know a running back I'm talking about. That used to play for the Steelers. They didn't get a contract to. Then he went to the Jets, and then we didn't really see him after that. Natural upright gait, but shows awareness to lower pad level and strength target when anticipating contact. Excellent vision and patience. Consistently allows blocks to materialize. Consequently, displays advanced speed, change, and acumen. Particularly explosive out of cuts, virtually leaps laterally and leaves defenders flat-footed, elusive in the hole, especially relative to his size. And that's hot because when you're a big back like that and you athletic and elusive like that, that means something. Flashes impressive cut stacking, athleticism in the open field, limited pass catching opportunities entering senior season. All right, so this is a back that they ain't throwing the ball to out the backfield. They rather give him 25 to 30 carries. But he checks the multiple sports box with an encouraging sophomore year in track. So we got another solid running back. Now, Notre Dame did lose their back, but they had two guys in. I think one did transfer out. So Kendron Young being on campus right now, man, especially put on that freshman 15 and then put on bulk and muscle, he might play this year. I'm not saying that he won't be a red shirt, play 4 games and get red shirted, but he might get surprises and see the field early at Notre Dame, especially because they lost a couple of backs. The number 5 running back in the 2024 cycle, Daniel Hill. Now, this kid's 6 foot, 5'11 and a half, 239 pounds. Le'Veon Bell, there we go. All right, so Daniel Hill, Alabama, 5'11 and a half, 239. Alabama stacks the running back position, and they got some really good backs still in the building right now. Really good 2023 class running backs, too. They got 2 of them, both 5-stars, already in the building, and one should be the starter this year out of Beaufort, Georgia. So, but Daniel's on campus right now. He's wearing a number 20, and he's in his freshman class, 4-star, number 5 in the nation as a running back, nationally 121 ranked. In the state of Mississippi, he's number 3. All right, so you're looking at a big back right now, but they got him as a day 3 guy, 4 round, 7 round type guy, verified. So if they're right, then we're going to see him later on in his career. Like he'll probably be on the field as a redshirt junior, sophomore, redshirt junior year, start seeing time. But verified 5'11 plus and 240 pounds, possesses limited growth potential to add additional weight to his frame. So you probably think of him as a guy that's his size, right? Like you can't see him going past 240 or he won't be playing running back. But he displays good athleticism at multiple positions on offense, including running back and tight end. 6 foot at 240, won't be playing tight end in college. Multiple dimensional athlete with a position versatile skill set that can project in a variety of ways depending on offensive scheme. Exhibits suddenness as a running back and route runner with flexed out as a receiver. So all right, so you got an athlete, you got a guy you're talking about as in high school that he could be flexed out as a receiver. He demonstrates above average play speed and separation. You can kind of tell that from the size. Quickness in the open field, but lacks long speed to outrun defenders. So he's gonna get you the ground and pound yards, right? He's gonna get you those 3 or 4 tough yards when you need it. So I think position versatile piece with the dense frame that can be deployed in a variety of ways on offense. Projected to the running back position at the next level with the ability to be flexed out in the passing game. Jumbo athlete with a unique offensive skill set has the ability to see the field early at the next level because of position versatility, while projecting as a Power 5 multi-year starter at the next level. Again, Alabama loaded, and their running back room is loaded, but like if he can be flexed out and do some things, I could see him finding space for him. I just don't see it as a freshman. All right, so next up, this is my guy from out of Duncanville, Texas, Caden Dorham. This is the speed demon. LSU went crazy in the 2025 class. They got a loaded class as of right now. Too bad they won't be on the game as commits to you. That means we can go after these guys. Whoever got LSU, we can go after the Bryce Underwoods and the Caden Dorhams and those type of guys. But Dorham is a speed demon. All you gotta do is put on the tape with Dunkerville. Watch them all year long. This kid wears the number 29. He looks built. He only 5'9", 195 pounds, but he looks the part as a running back. Trust me. Watch him. Watch what he look like in his uniform. He's number 20 in the state of Texas. All right, so when you take a look at this, what LSU is getting, they getting a guy that I think after the red shirt freshman year, he's there every down back all the way until he hits the draft. He's that good. All right, one of the top backs in Texas for the 2024 recruiting cycle. Shorter in stature, but owns some bulk. This is the type of running back Dion talked about on Well Off, where he said he looking for them 5'9", LaDainian Thomas, Emmitt Smith type running back. All right, short in stature, but owns some bulk and muscularity. Runs hard and displays encouraging contact balance relative to size. Now, what I liked about him watching his film, what I like a lot about this guy is that he did break a lot of tackles for a 5'9", 195 pounds. Like, he broke a lot of tackles. Let's see some league stats while we talking about college football right now. All right. So you're looking at a future back as a sophomore. Look, excellent in multiple sport with extensive 100 experience faster than 11-second threshold. Feature back as only a sophomore with strong production for the Texas 6A D1. Now he in the highest classification in Texas. Shows good acceleration and downhill juice through the hole. Angle eraser at the second level. Plays with good top end speed that reflects the track profile. Shows some in the hole elusiveness, particularly dangerous as a cut and go slasher. Capable of effective jump cutting when useful. Knows how to hide behind blocks to buy time and plays with some sneaky, slippery strength. Whoever's putting this out there knows what the hell he's talking about, because that's what I saw on film. Like, there's a couple of runs where you couldn't find, like, where he at? Like, what the hell going on? And then he just come out of nowhere and then take it the distance with that speed that I was talking about. Now, they slowed him down because they were talking 4.2 type of speed last year when the 23 cycle was on. They were talking about the best up and coming backs. They were saying this kid had, let's get the fuck up out of there speed. All right, so they say very good top end speed that reflects in the track. But let's talk about, slippery strength. Needs more reps as a pass catcher. He don't really get the ball as out of the backfield too much. Maybe a couple of screens here and there. The problem is Dunkerville got some really good dogs at receiver. They got a young underclassman right now that's going to be one of the top receivers in the 2025 class. All right, so he plays some sneaky, slippery strength, needs more reps as a pass catcher, can get bounce happy. Long-term outside could be capped by physical traits. Projects as a high major running back prospect with high volume capability that you might expect at first glance. Big play runner who handles a large workload for a name brand Texas powerhouse. Could become an impact P5 pack back with the potential to play beyond college. All right, so we're looking at it. Then I told y'all, here we go right now. And it sucks because if he stays committed to LSU, their 25 class is going to be crazy, and whoever get them on college 26 is going to love it. This is what you're getting out of a kid that's coming to LSU right now. He also runs track. Remember that. Ran a win-aided 100-meter PR of 10.25 at regionals finals and qualified for state. Recorded a win-aided 21 in the 200-meter time at district track meet. All right, so he also ran in the 100 meters at 10.7. So he was able to win-aided 10.2. So we talking about 4.3 type speed. But then when you take him up to that 10.7, we're talking about 4.4. And if he's 4.4 going right in, Jesus Christ, if he's 4.4 going right into college, what do you think he's going to be by the time Combine and Pro Day come around? And listen what I'm ready to tell y'all. When you watch his film, it shows up. You can see that he's that guy. He's that eye. Once he hits that open field, he erase angles fast. So take that in mind. Take that in mind when you when it's time to go after these recruits. Uh, Take that in mind. because he don't belong to LSU just because he's committed to him. Remember, he's in the 2024 class. No, he is signed. I'm sorry. I'm skitching. My bad, fellas. You ain't getting him. Knox got him, and Knox is going to have a guy that's going to come in on a game with like 94, 95 speed, and it's crazy. But if he don't play that boy right away and that nigga hit the transfer portal, guess who's going after him? The whole league. He's a dog too, man. Check him out in the playoff game. They play the green and red team. Uh,
Baylor.
check him out. He's a dog. Like we not looking at a guy that to me ain't gonna play. He could play early too. But the next back now, look, Ohio State is running back you at this point too. They got James Peoples. He 5'9" and a half, 200 pounds as well. 4-star, number 7 at his position, 21 in the state of Texas. This is a dog. This is a man child. The problem is we know Quentin Junkins is as Oklahoma at Ohio State, and we also know Henney is still there, fastest running back in the country, damn near. But after James People Red Shirt, it should be the People Show, and he on campus right now. All right, freshman, he wearing number 20. He on campus right now. Another one of those track guys, right? Ran 15.881 in the 110-meter hurdles and long jump 21.3 as a sophomore. So we're looking at a guy that, has some work to do. But, like, Peoples, just watch the highlight. That's all I'm going to say. Peoples is that guy. Like, ain't nothing less to talk about, but he that guy. Like, take a look at him. And you can even see him put some work in the All-American game circuit, too. Again, I'm posting these guys' highlights to the chat so you can take a look at who y'all got on y'all teams in the 2024 cycle. The number 8 back in the country at the 2024 cycle is Quentin Martin Jr., 6'2", 200 pounds, and he signed with Penn State. Don't that sound like a Penn State size running back? Penn State loaded with 2 juniors right now that's coming back that both are 1,000-yard backs. They were 1,000-yard backs as
He ain't
freshmen.
got nobody low.
Mhm. Don't worry, we're talking about Bella today. This is another guy that's on campus. He wearing number 25. He's already on campus now. He got 2 dogs in front of him. He got 2 NFL backs in front of him right now. So the likelihood of Quentin Martin playing as a rookie in real life as a freshman is really slim. But can he play on a game? I'm quite sure he can get some burn. But Craig got 2 really good running backs. He got 2 pro running backs. I'm talking about second day guys on his team right now. And they big time names that usually are big time backs when I do my real draft classes. Penn State sneakily got a really solid quarterback room and a running back room. They just got to get a little better at the wide receivers. But Quentin Martin, let's talk about him for a second. He's the number 3 overall player in the state of Pennsylvania, and that's a good thing. And Penn State keeping a guy home. All right, now they got him as a day two guy, second and third round. Has verified size with room from frame to grow, depending on college position. Offers position versatility as a running back, safety, or linebacker, depending on physical development. Now, will he change positions? I doubt it. I think they're going to keep him at running back, but you never know. Multi-sport profile includes basketball, in which he averaged 19 points and 10 rebounds per game during a personal evaluation in July 2022. Show excellent foot speed and change of direction. May be best suited to be a big body running back. Impacts game in all 3 phases. Punishing runner, tough to bring down on first contact, runs with low pad level given size, and is agile, north-south runner with little wasted movement. Very good body control, allows for subtle last-second cuts. Has high football IQ and understands how to set up blocks, patient and waiting for running lanes to develop. Hits hole well and shows next gear to get past second level. That's great. Has vision and ability to bounce plays outside, has cutback ability, and is instinctive runner. Shows ability to slip tacklers behind line of scrimmage, accelerate quickly after jump stop, solid pass catcher out of the backfield, adept at running between tackles, but can get outside. Long stride in open field, but there's an uncertain certainty about top end speed because lack of testing numbers. Anytime a kid ain't tested on the circuit, he ain't trying to let you see his numbers. He probably a 4.7 guy in high school, which, still can take shit to the house at that speed, especially in Pennsylvania. We ain't talking about Florida, Georgia, California. We're talking about PA. Everybody ain't flying in PA. So, up here in North, on the side of the map, niggas ain't blazing you like everybody in, the South. Them boys blazing. Number 9, Kevin Riley, 4-star, 5'11", 195 pounds, going to Alabama. Another guy that I don't see in the field right away. Then you got Dylan Jones, 5'11", 180 at number 10. He's going to Wisconsin. Both of these guys, now the Alabama back, they got a couple of backs there already, but Dylan Jones can, work his way into a starting lineup. Not as a freshman, but he can work his way in. I'm going to go to 11 and talk about the best back in the class. Now, let's argue this. I really like Durham. I'm keeping it 100. I like Gibson as well. But Cam Davis out of Doherty, Albany, Georgia, is the best back in this class. Don't know why he's sitting at 11 right now, but that's where they got him at. Cam Davis is a monster. And I'm not posting 9 and 10 in the chat. I'm posting, he on campus anywhere at number 3. Oh, my God. Boy, I wish we could trade for players in college football because I definitely go get Cam Davis. I've been following Cam Davis since his freshman year. My boy Boone know about Cam Davis too. He from Boone area, but this kid is a monster. Take a look at his highlight as I posted in the chat. Cam is a problem. Let's talk about Cam out of the state of Georgia, a high school quarterback that will play running back in college. Now, that's what I was going to get to. Owns a rocked up college ready frame as he's over 205 pounds. Ability to string cuts together and find green grass is by far his biggest strength as a junior. As junior tape is full of clips where he slips out of sacks and then makes 2 or 3 or even 4 defenders miss in the open field. Naturally low center of gravity, has measured right around 5'10". Also makes it hard for would-be tacklers to get him on the ground as he has displayed good contact balance over the course of his prep career. Now, he hasn't had the opportunity to catch many passes on Friday nights because he's at quarterback. He's playing quarterback, but in the 707 circuit, he separates and do route running just like he's a receiver. This kid is a dog. More than just a 4th or 5th option in the passing game, overall should be viewed as the type of ball carrier that can carve out a role in 2 or 3 man rotation and produce at the Power 5 level with his quick feet power. Cam is playing this year. In real life and on the game, Cam will be playing this year. He is going to see the field ASAP. And he's verified when it comes down the track. Now, he ran a 4x4 relay as a sophomore, but George won AAA Offensive Player of the Year, started at quarterback for Doherty squad that went 9-3, and he made the second round of the playoffs. Look, he threw for 2,736 yards and 20 touchdowns while rushing for 1,015 yards and 13 more touchdowns on the ground. Now, think about what I just said. And they got him at number 11 right now. And you know why? He's at 11 because he played quarterback and not true running back, right? So, but they're not going to take into consideration that you put him in a 707 circuit and he out there running routes like he's one of the best wide receivers in the country. So you're looking at an athlete that could do it all right now. Do you understand what Florida State is getting right now? The Noles, they got them one for sure. All right, that's your top 10 in the 2024 class. And let's talk about the University of Baylor. So we could go through some history of Baylor right now, right? Matt Rule being there. You had Art Browse being there. The scandal they had to go through. But not too long ago, they were playing in one of the big New Year Day bowls, right? Like they were playing in one of the big bowls. I don't know if they're the playoff team, but I was playing in one of the big bowls. I do know that. Baylor is in their landscape alone is going to put them in a great situation in the game, right? Because they're in Texas, so they're going to better fight for the Texas community. And then you get a lot of Florida kids that go there a lot, and they usually get speed. I mean, just a couple of drafts ago, they had 4 of the fastest people in the draft. Kaylon Barnes, don't get me the line right now, but I know Kaylon Barnes was one of the fastest people to come out in that draft a couple of years ago. Baylor got sneaky talent on their team. This is a really good. Like Shogun's picked Baylor, and I really don't know. I don't know what made him pick Baylor, but if I'm just a guessing man, I think he understood the market of Texas, and then being in the Big 12, a wide open conference, you can do anything, right? And I think anybody's looking to become, since Texas and Oklahoma is now in the SEC. You know, you're looking some college, some university right now is looking to take over the Big 12, and I think it's wide open for any market. And then they got the Texas market, so although they got to share it with a few Texas teams in the Big 12, but they can get it going right away. I do think they got some pieces right now to get things started. You got to figure out what they're going to do at the quarterback position. I'm quite sure that's something he's going to hit the transfer portal for, and he's going to hit the high school rankings to go get them a 2025 quarterback to be able to really take this franchise to the next level. Um, I mean, they in Waco, Texas. They in an area where they can get the guys, right? If they can clean up Texas and maybe attack Georgia and Florida like they usually do, that's part of their pipeline. I think they're going to be in a good situation. Let's see what they have returning right now. All right, let's see where they ranked in the nation as far as recruiting in the 2024 cycle. Bear with me, cause you're witnessing I'm alone. You're witnessing the slaughterhouse. Witnessing. All right, where they at? Let's go, Beller. What y'all got going on? So they number 64 in the country in the 2024 recruiting cycle. They 54 overall. They got a 67 composite, but they 40 with the transfer ranking. All right, so let's see what they brought in. Jaden Porter. They brought in an athlete at 5'11", 3 stars. I don't think they signed a 4-star to this class. Let me see. Yeah, they want to step it up in their recruiting cycle, but don't think 3 stars ain't guys that could turn into better than 5-star players. So it looks like Jaden Porter as an athlete. You got 6'5", 310-pound D lineman in Tonga Lalohei. They got 6'6", 271 offensive tackle Tristan Santoro. 5'11", 100-pound safety and Chris Wokomel. Brock Jackson, 6'3", 245 off the edge. Kylan Reed, 6'2", 210 linebacker. Keaton Thomas, 6'2", 230 linebacker. Great size. Colton Siraki, inside lineman, 6'3", 300. Nate Bennett, 6'1",
Who
160
got the
quarterback.
noodle line?
Yeah, they brought in Nate Bennett, 3-star quarterback out of California from Oak Christian. He's a solid player. All right, so signed letters of intent. They got 5 guys. Alex Foster, 6'5", 250 D lineman. He
And
got to
we got
get
Cole.
bigger. Joshua
Famous
Lair,
MLB.
signed to safety at 6'1", 185 out of Missouri City, Texas. Joseph Dodds, running backs, 5'11", 205 pounds. Mason Dissett, signed safety, 6', 180 out of Texas. They getting the Texas players. Kyler Beatty out of Texas, 6 foot cornerback. So they addressed a lot of needs, a lot of 3 stars that they're gonna have to really, coach up. And that's football, right? That's college football. If you ain't the blue bloods, you're gonna have to go get those guys and make them guys. Now the transfer portal, they brought in 9 guys. Steve Litton, 6'5", 235 off the edge. Now he was in the portal from high school. He's a 3-star, and the portal he's also a 3-star. He's coming from Texas Tech. All right, Kendrick Simpson, safety, 6', 196, 3-star in the high school and 3-star in the portal. He coming from Western Kentucky. Ashton Hawkins, 5'10", 170, wide receiver. He's a 3-star at the transfer. He had no stars coming out of high school, so he's a problem. He's going to be a guy. I'm quite sure he's a speed guy. Matter of fact, let's talk about him a little bit. Let's dig into what he looked like. All right, so 5'10", 170, already on campus. He's a graduate student already. Um, and he's out of DeSoto, so he played for DeSoto, Texas, 5'10", 170. So you have to go to, he played for the Bobcats, Texas State. So you have to go there to really see his stats. They're not showing me his stats right now, so let's get back to it. All right, so you're looking at Daniker, inside lineman, 6'4", 332. Oh my God. I can tell you one thing. You get a running back out there, he got some big ass linemen. All right, out of UNLV, you got Cameron Jenkins, 6'1", 185 safety. Jamal Bell, coming from Nevada. He was a three-star in high school, three-star in the portal at wide receiver. Michael Trigg might be their best sign. He was a four-star out of high school, three-star coming from Ole Miss. This is a dog tight end. This is a good tight end. They got themselves a really big-time tight end. And Daquan Finn at quarterback, 6'2", 205. Now, he's going to be their starting quarterback out of Toledo. He's a dog. So they do got a four-star coming in out of the transfer portal. Daquan Finn will be day one starter. All right, so I'm liking this right now. So it comes down to what you got in your backfield because your O line is going to be stout, and that's Shogun's playing style. Good offensive line, really good running back, and a quarterback that's serviceable. And he got a guy that can do a little bit of both because Daquan Finn is a dual threat, more of a pocket pass guy, but he can fucking fling that ball and run as well. Check his highlights out if you want to see who he is. Redshirt senior at that too. So we're looking at a guy, athletic quarterback right out of the. Yes, sir. All right, so that's Beller. All right, now let's talk about Beller. First of all, I like their uniforms. They're gonna have a good variety of selection of uniforms, and they are in a perfect area for recruiting. So if they can win somewhere between 7 to 9 games this year, Shogun's gonna be in a good situation. He go out there and win 7 to 9 games. He gonna open that pipeline up. He gonna better tear Texas up. So guys gonna be competing with Beller. Here, don't walk away. I like Beller. I like the location. I like where they at. I like everything about them. And then if you've been paying attention to Chad, no Jimbo and them got kids from Florida that they know, family members and other athletes from Florida that's on that team as a captain and all that. So they got some situations going on in Beller. Now, again, the Big 12 wide open, man, especially with Texas and Oklahoma leaving it, right? It is wide open, man. Arizona State, BYU, Baylor, Cincinnati. It's wide open for somebody to take the forefront, right? And if you manage your situation right, you're going to be in a good situation to be able to do exactly that. We don't know who's going to be the powerhouse in the Big 12 right now. In fact, the Big 12 is going to be fighting to be able to maintain the Power 4 before they drop that shit down to a Power 2 and you just get the Big 10 and the SEC and everybody want to be a part of that. But right now, it's the Power 4 and the Big 12 is part of that the power conferences, and who's going to step up and take over the Big 12 right now. You got Kansas State, Kansas, Oklahoma State. They're like the teams that pretty much are at the forefront of winning it. West Virginia is a sleeper. There's a few. I think Colorado roster good enough to take that shit this year as well. So we shall see, man. With that being said, I'm Ant the franchise guru. You already know college is back, and I'm ready to go crazy when it comes down to the college game. Holla at me when we holla at you. You heard?